Oh, bro. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are playing the Vermander Cursed. This has been out a while. I kind of neglected to play it, but yeah, I thought, what the hell? It's not very many games out right now, so let's check it out. Let's continue. You wanted to see me, Mr. Vermander, sir? Aha! Hannah, why aren't this month's profits as high as last month? I've been looking over that piece of paper you gave me earlier and I don't like all the numbers on it. I can't make heads or tails out of that dang thing. They raised the threshold on how much you need to donate in order to get your tax deduction, remember, sir? They did what? When was this? Sir, I've been reminding you about this for the last 8 months. But it's actually fine, though. You still end up saving way more money than if you didn't get the deduction, so... With the good Lord as my witness, I am being swindled. I will not stand for this. No one gets over on JP Vermander. No, sir. Not now, not ever. But, sir... Now, then. Where have I been donating all my hard-earned money again? The hospital, sir. Oh. Okay. Hospital? Which one? There's only one in town, sir. The only hospital in this godforsaken backwater town, and they still have the nerve to swindle me out of my money? Well, I know exactly how to handle this situation. Prepare the ritual, Hannah. And go fetch me my robes. The ritual? But Mr. Vermander, sir, please. This is entirely uncalled for. The people in the hospital have done nothing to you, sir. Besides, the difference in profit between this month and last month is only about 1% less, sir. That's nice and all, Hannah, but I don't remember asking. Now go. We don't have time to waste. Notify me immediately when everything is ready. Okay, sir. Well, he's a dick. So, if you haven't noticed, this is the same developer as the man from the window. Ow. The characters in this game. Hello? Hello? Anyone home? I hear ya. I hear ya. Give a gal a minute. What is with the whole junk in the trunk and the bunk in the... I couldn't think of an appropriate word. Yeah? Ah, hello there. Dr. Eda, I presume? That's me. Who's asking? Fantastic. I'm Morton, the nurse whose transfer request you received. Transfer request? What in the world are you talking about? You aren't aware? Surely you've read the email concerning me. We don't get no regular internet out here, sonny boy. Only thing we can get out here is that old satellite connection. And we ain't got that either. But if you're here to help, then I ain't about to complain. You got a lot to learn, so you better pay attention, because I'm only saying this once. I'm all ears, doctor. Okay. So we got a Jane Doe with a severe head injury. Oh god, this is going to be horrible, I know it is. When patients come in, I write their information down on this here clipboard. Wouldn't it be better to use the computer instead? No. Okay. The waiting room is over here. Ain't much to say about it. All the magazines are older than I am, and ain't much of them worth reading no more. Oh my. There is so many things wrong with that. We got 8 rooms. There are 3 are occupied and the rest ain't. Mr. Langboyd is over in room 5A. He had a pretty bad back injury, but we fixed him right up. Miss Tammy Giles is in room 4A. She needed one of them teeth pulled, and we ain't got many options for anaesthetic. So I gave her some of that old-fashioned medicine I keep under the sink. She'll be a little dizzy for a while, but everything else went smooth as silk. Impressive. There's a woman over in 7A too. Poor thing cut her head up real bad on her job, then tried to hide it. Her boss found out and sent her here. I ain't managed to figure out her name, so I wrote her down as Jane Doe and patched her up. Ah, a mystery. I wonder who she is. We ain't known to ask too many questions around here, Mr. Morton. We're here to help. Got it. Understood, Doctor. We got 2 bathrooms, an operating room, and something like a kitchen. Oh, excellent. The lights in here don't work half the time. We keep our medicine supply in the OR, but most of the bottles are empty because the budget ain't paying to refill them. And there ain't nothing ever in the fridge, so don't even bother checking. Oh, does anything in this hospital function as intended? Not really. And that's about it. Let's head on back to the front desk so we can get you signed in and start your first shift. Okay then. That old sign-in sheet is somewhere over there. I suggest you go ahead and start searching for it yourself, cause I ain't about to come look for it. Understood, Doctor, I'll find it. In the meanwhile, I better go make my rounds and check up on the patients. Come and get me if you need something. Oh, we're playing as... Oh, I thought we were going to be playing as the nurse. Okay. So, I'm not sure what this is about. I know it's the same developer as The Man in the Window, or whatever it's called. But apart from that, I don't know much else. So we're checking on the patients, right? So he said 4A and 5A and 7A. So let's check this. Holy damn. That's not weird. How you feeling, dear? Hey, Dr. Ida. How you doing here? Still ain't sobered up yet, huh? Nope. That's fine, dear. At least that tooth ain't gonna bother you no more. Just give it some time and try to get some rest, okay? Okay. Alright then. Cool to know. You're not menacing at all. Oh, okay. Everything alright in here? I'm fine, Doc. Matter of fact, I feel like I could walk out of here right now. Haw, haw, haw. Ow. See, he can't even laugh without it hurting him. This is exactly why I said, Lang, baby, please stay off the roof. It's dangerous. We can't pay someone else to clean the gutters. But did he listen? No. He waited until I left for work and then tried to get up there himself. One little gust of wind and next thing you know, bam! Straight into the headies. I'm just saying, but this feels like, you know, karma. You know, the piggies and all that kind of stuff. You know, I could have done it if the wind hadn't picked up. That's not the point. You shouldn't have been up there in the first place. Doctor, can you please give this man something to fix his terminal lack of common sense, please? Sorry, honey, but we ain't got nothing to fix that. Now, you two try to take it easy, alright? I'll come back later. Alright then. Okay, bye-bye. These people... Wait, she had a head injury, right? Why has she got a hand bandage? Okay. How you doing, dear? Okay. Hand is fine, no? You ain't got nothing to worry about. It's it'll regrow back good as new. Good. Thank you. You're most welcome, dear. Try to get some rest and I'll check back in later. Yes, yes. So yeah, she did hurt her arm. Alright, that's everyone. I better get back on to Mr. Morton. So yeah, she did hurt her arm. I thought she said she hurt her head. Dr. Ida! The phone started ringing while you were gone, so I answered it. And the caller won't stop going on and on about rituals and demons, among other things that I don't understand. I think that it may be best if you talk to her. There's always something. Honey, slow down. Ain't none of this making sense. Please, you have to get out of there right now. My boss just summoned an actual genuine demon and now you're all in danger. Uh-huh. And who do you work for again? J.P. Vermander, madam. Who is that, doctor? He's some rich city boy who moved out here when he inherited his family's estate. A lot of folks around here have to pay him rent just because his family owns the land. Yes, that's him, exactly. I don't know all the details, but there's a blood pact and a demon and a curse and all kind of other stuff. You need to leave now. Once the clock strikes 10, you won't be able to leave. Honey, that's less than 2 minutes. Ain't no way we're getting everyone out of here that fast. My goodness, I didn't expect the stakes to be this high on my first night. But I'm committed at this point. Is there anything that we can do to help our situation? I did go snooping into a few old journals kept by the Vermander. Based on what I've read, if you can make it to sunrise, the demon will leave. But there's a bunch of rules you need to follow in order to keep yourself safe. For example, every hour until sunrise, the demon will enter the place it was summoned to. It will travel down the nearest hallway in search of blood, specifically your blood. Its own rules prevent it from opening doors to search for you, so keep those closed. What rooms are you both in right now? The reception area. You'll need to keep that in mind, alright? When the demon arrives, make sure you're all in the same room as when the ritual started. If someone isn't, the demon will know. And once it knows where someone is, closing the doors won't stop it. If you're ready, I can tell you what to expect once 10 o'clock hits. I ain't about to let no demon run roughshod over my house of healing. Just tell us what we need to do, honey. Okay, here's what's going to happen first. The demon places a lot of emphasis on windows for some reason, right? Wait, is it the Man in the Window? Is this the sequel to Man in the Window? It'll try to use its powers to open up windows around itself. You're going to need, and I cannot stress this enough, you're going to need to close any and all windows before the hour is up. Leave one open, the demon gets stronger, and you don't want that, alright? If you finish with everything you need to do before the hour is up, try staring at a clock. I'm sure it will help pass the extra time faster. I'll stay on the line just in case you need me to repeat something. Good luck, and please be careful. So I only got a little bit of that. All I know is that we're supposed to close the windows. Apart from that, I don't know anything else. Now that is open. Okay, now I understand. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, I've made sure all doors are closed. All windows are shut. I don't know if they open. I'm curious now because, like they said, they have a thing about windows. Is it the same? Is it the same guy? Right. So if we go to, it told us to look at the clock, right? The time was 11 p.m. All the windows had been closed, and then it arrived. Ah, shit! Well, I fucked that up. That demon, it was in here. I ain't never seen nothing move that quick before. It swooped Mr. Morton up like it was nothing. Oh no. This is a house of healing. How dare that Vermander do this to us? We just want to help people. Believe me, ma'am, I know. We can deal with him later. Right now, we need to focus. The demon will try to draw power from any lights it can gain access to. Right? You'll know it's inside the room trying to siphon power when the light starts flickering. When it happens, all you need to do is enter the room, close the door, and shut your eyes for a few seconds. You're really going to need to use the space inside your mind to focus for this to work. You'll know it worked when the light stops flickering. And make sure you do it right, okay? If you don't, then what? Like, you can't just say then and then end it there. Right, okay, so yeah, next time, close these fucking doors. Be a good idea. Okay, so check for windows. Wait, there was the patient in there. No, wait. Yeah, there was a patient in there. Where's she gone? There's someone missing. There's 100% someone missing. Oh. I don't close my eyes. Okay. Space. That was clever. It said, do you have to use your space in your mind? Okay. So I think that done it. So there's one thing. There's someone missing. 4A. There should be someone here. But there's not. Right, okay, so I presume it's kind of like... So, I don't know if it works as in... Okay, close this door. And then we'll go look at the clock. I don't know if I've done this right this time. The time was 12 AM. All the windows had been closed. None of the lights had been left flickering. By this point, the pain meds given to Miss Jane Doe earlier in the day had long worn off. So, wondering if there was anything that could be done to help, she went to attempt inquiring about it. Slightly inebriated due to the old-fashioned medicine she had been given for her tooth pain, Tammy had wandered out of her room. She was currently standing at the back bathroom mirror, wondering who was the woman staring back at her was, and then it arrived. Shit! Well, they're fucked. So... Great. Sorry, love. So we're supposed to keep an eye on them meds and shit like that. Jane Doe had done all she could to hide her injury from others. Her reasoning was driven by the knowledge that even a simple hospital visit could result in her never seeing her family again. Unfortunately for her, this fear is realised by entirely different means. Damn. We are not doing well. What was that noise? Please tell me you didn't forget something. You can't let this thing do any more damage than it already has. Please try to focus. Listen to this. Here's what's going to happen this time. You'd be surprised how much the demon's powers resonate with electronics. It can gain access into the phone lines and try to gain power too. If you notice the phone was continuously ringing, then that's exactly what it's trying to do, alright? Now, this is going to sound crazy, but you'll need to pick the phone up and listen. Pay attention because this part is important. If you hear anything, and I mean anything, on the other end, you've got to recite this mantra. Your presence is not welcome here. You must depart immediately. Don't worry, you'll remember it when the time comes. But if there's silence on the other end of the phone, then keep it quiet. Silence means it hasn't properly figured out the phone's location yet, and you don't want to give it any clues, alright? Great. Right, so what's this say? So we gotta give Lan Boyd some medication. Right, we need to give you medication. I think my back's beginning to start to hurt, and guess that medicine I've had it. So I gotta go and get the medicine. I am gonna fuck up big time here. There is so much to this one. Patient's meds. Pick up the meds. Yeah, yep. I don't care about what you guys say. Fucking shut the window, you idiots. No flickering. Shit. You can sense that the presence on the other end of the phone has departed. Okay. Cool. That's all I need to know, bro. Okay. Yeah, she's gone still. How many bathrooms do we have in here? Apparently one of them's in the bathroom. Oh, great. Listen, Lev. Back to your room now. My bad. I'll go back now. Get the fuck back to your room, you just silly fucking cow. I probably have missed something. I haven't seen any flickering lights, so... yeah. What am I supposed to do? All the windows have been closed. All the phones have been answered correctly. But a light had been left flickering, and suddenly the demon began to grow stronger, and then it arrived. Fucking brilliant. Is it gonna kill me? I thought it was gonna barge into one of them things. That's the first successful night. First successful night. Okay, we can do this now. It's not that hard. We can do it. Here's what's going to happen next. There's something about the demon's power that resonates with TV signals, right? It will turn on any TV it can manage to gain access to. They never show anything besides static once it takes control, but that's still bad. If it happens, just turn the TV off. That'll kick it out for a while. But don't leave any TVs that it's controlling on, alright? It won't end well. Fucking brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for that, you fucking idiot. Okay. So, we're good on the patients. They haven't got anything to do. Okay, so there's nothing going on there. Okay, this room. Fucking light. Okay. Okay. That's done. Alright, we can do this. This isn't as hard as I thought it was initially. But it's a lot, especially because we're only on like what? Coming on to... Get the fuck in your room, love. I don't care what you guys say. Just get the fuck to your room, please. Right, I got enough to deal with. I don't need your dozy cow ass fucking messing around, alright? That phone's... You listen closely. You don't hear anything from the other side of the phone. Say nothing. You can sense their presence on the other end of the phone has departed. Booyah! Okay, TV. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's only going to be one. So, because I gotta get back to the fucking thing, I'm going to die otherwise. The time was 2 AM. All the windows had been closed. All the television had been turned off. None of the lights had been left flickering. All the phones had been answered correctly. And then it arrived. Fuck you, bro! We done good. We done good that time. We're starting to get the hangs of it now. There's one final thing the demon is going to try and ritualistic candles. It has the power to manifest them inside its area of influence. It's vital and very, very important that if you see one, you extinguish it. If you let it keep burning, the demon will be able to draw power from it. It won't try anything new after it gets to this part, so you don't have to worry about any more new rules. Oh, and I almost forgot something. This part is important too. Whatever you do, make sure you don't... Great! TV. Wow. Listen closely. You don't hear anything from the other side. Say nothing. Okay. Thank you. There we go. There's a window. Fucking come on. Candle. Okay. Oh, light. Okay. Close the door. Close your eyes. Okay, should be good. All the windows have been closed. All the televisions have been turned off. None of the lights have been left flickering. All the phones have been answered correctly. All of the candles have been extinguished. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you very much. And then it arrived. Fuck you. I'm expecting it to get hard now. The phone. You listen closely. You don't hear anything from the other side. Okay, say nothing. Departed, yes. Thank you, bro. I don't know if the timer gets quicker. That's where I'm worried. Candle. Nothing. Oh, bro, that was bad. Said nothing about that. Okay, there's a light on in here. The time was 4 a.m. All the windows had been locked, all the televisions had been turned off, none of the lights had been left flickering, all the phones had been answered correctly, all of the candles had been extinguished, and then it arrived. This motherfucker ain't getting me. I'm too good at this shit. It took me a little while to get into it, but yeah, no, it was good. Definitely a wolf, which is kind of ironic. Definitely looked like a wolf. Didn't look like the man in the window. Okay, so the phone. Listen closely. You hear whispering from the other side. Recite the mantra. Don't care. Don't want to listen to that shit. I already know. Window. And the lights. Okay. Nothing there. That doesn't feel right. There's a candle over the end, which we will sort out now when we get there. Window. Extinguish the candle, love. Okay, nothing there. Wait, was something at the end there? I felt like there was someone looking at me over here. I don't know if that was just in my head, but felt like someone was looking at me. Then it was 5 a.m. All the windows had been closed, all the TVs had been turned off, none of the lights had been left flickering, all the phones had been answered correctly, all of the candles had been extinguished. The sun began to rise upon our little town, and the demon could not stay in this world much longer. It had already fulfilled its side of the Vermander Pact, so it departed from this world back from whence it came. Managed to survive. She was finally safe. Bro. It wasn't hard. And, you know, as soon as you get used to it, however, an investigation into the disappearance of Nurse Morton was launched. An investigation that was compromised by Vermander's influence. Despite his innocence and the lack of evidence, Ida was charged and convicted in connection with the disappearance. Without her being present to run things, the hospital that had faithfully served the community for decades now stood abandoned. Unable to get the medical help that they so heavily relied on, the town suffered. The only other person who knew the truth left was Hannah. But soon she too had suddenly disappeared, and upon searching her home, the only thing found was a strange little candle. In the end, J.P. Vermander got to keep his 1 extra %, and that's all that mattered. Bro, you joking me? So I survived, but now I'm in prison. But now you're just gonna make me go back into it. Jeez, do you know how long this game took? Like, it took almost 40 minutes, and I'm gonna have to play it again. Fucking brilliant. You know I'm gonna go back in. Okay then. So, what's the time? 10 o'clock. Has anyone got a no dosage? 11 o'clock. So the next time. So what's the first one? I can't remember. Windows, weren't it? There. So make sure to close this door, because that's how he died last time. Okay, the time was 11 o'clock, all the windows had been closed, and then it arrived. It kind of contradicts itself, because it opens that door, right? It says that it can open doors, it opened that door. Yes, okay. Let's go, bro. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. CZ. Right. Yeah, I don't want to hear your shit. I've heard it already, okay? Come on. Just skip it all. The TV. Wait, what? But don't leave any TVs on. It's controlling on, alright? Doctor, you look tired. That's because I am. Then let me handle things this hour. You should rest. Oh, so we take over. Okay, so we need to do the oh, right. Yeah, so this guy takes over, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Okay, so this time it's the TVs. Also, we need to get a dosage for one of the people. I can't remember which one it was. There's the TV. Alright, okay, so she's had her meds. TVs are off. The time was 12. All the windows have been closed. All the TVs have been turned off. Slightly inebriated due to the old-fashioned medicine she had been given for her tooth pain, Tammy had wandered out of her room. She was currently sitting in an empty room, wondering why it was such a mess. And then it arrived. Oh, what? I thought that was her room. That's not fair. Okay, so instead of fat-assing around, I actually just started again, because at the end of the day, I'm not messing around. We gotta watch it, her, right, yeah, because she goes wandering. Okay, so what's next? TV signals. Okay, so TVs, that's all I need to know. Okay. Okay, there's the woman that needs the pain meds. Or the kid. Yeah, there she is. This one does my head in. You gotta watch out for her, because she fucking runs about. I brought you a schedule, man. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're good. We're done. We're golden. Time was 12 o'clock. All the windows have been closed. TV's turned off, and then it arrived. Okay, what's next? Here's what's going to happen. Phone lines, okay? Yep, that's all I need to know, bro. I know. Okay, the phone's going. Okay, there we go. We gotta give the wolf his meds. Which is fine. Keep your door open, considering. Dozy one. You know, I love the fact that everyone else is oblivious to what's going on. Like, they don't have a clue that there's a fucking demon around, like. All the windows have been closed, televisions are turned off, phones have been answered correctly, then it arrived. Okay, what's the next one? They almost got me with the fact that they randomized it. Didn't think of that. Here's what's going to happen next. Demon will try and draw power from any lights it can gain access to. So yeah, close your eyes, blah blah blah, I know. Phone. No, it's not this phone. Okay, it's the next door's phone. Sounded close. Yep. You listen closely, you don't hear anything. Okay, so say nothing. TV ain't on, windows closed. Go. Really? In a room with you guys? They don't sit there and think about that at all, like, you know? It's funny. Like, they're just sitting there. Yeah, lights are flickering. Huh, that's cool. Yeah, you get back to your room, love. You've already caught me out a couple of times. Time was 2 AM. All the windows have been closed. All the TV's turned off. Lights are... No, none of the lights have been left flickering. Phones have been answered correctly. And then it arrived. Wicked. Okay, I'm pretty sure the last one now is the candles, if I remember rightly. All the same, bro. All the same. Phone? No, not this phone. Next door phone. Okay, listen closely. You hear a faint whispering. Recite the mantra. TV's on. Windows open. Close. Let's have a look in. Oh! Yeah, it's a wolf. That was definitely a wolf. Fucking hell, he's active today. Fucking hell. Very active. Like, they went easy on me on the first time. This time, he's not going so fucking easy, I tell you that. All the windows open, everything. Right, we're looking for a candle. Aha. That's what we were looking for. Shit. I just realised lights. It's the only thing we haven't done. Oh, this room. Yeah, there we go. I knew it was going to be one of them. Okay, done. That was a little bit more closer than the last couple. 3 AM. All the windows have been closed. All the televisions have been turned off. Or none of the lights have been left flickering. All the phones have been answered. All the candles have been extinguished. And then it arrived. Window there. No phone. Window. No phone. TV. Okay, we got a phone. Listen closely. You don't hear anything. Say nothing. Okay. Ooh, look at that. He tried to hide that one, didn't he? Sly little bastard. And there's the flashing light. Should be the last thing. Okay. Yeah. And 4 AM we're at. The time was 4 AM. All the windows have been closed. All the televisions have been turned off. None of the lights have been left flickering. All the phones have been answered correctly. All the candles have been extinguished. And then it arrived. Buzzing. Last time. We should get through this. Here we go, phone, yeah. You listen closely. You didn't hear anything come from the other side. Okay, so that's say nothing. And there we go, it departed. Okay. Quite slow tonight, considering. You think it would be fucking... Okay, close my eyes. We're good. Candles at the bottom as well, which is easy enough. We got TV on in here, window in there. Let's get the candle. Candle's done. Nothing in there. I swear I keep seeing it. I keep seeing him peek around the corner by there. I really have to slow that down when in editing to make sure I'm not going crazy. You know when like you see something in the corner of your eye and you feel like you see something, like, you know? That's what it feels like. The time was 5 AM. All the windows had been closed, all the TVs turned off, or none of the lights had been left flickering, all the phones had been answered correctly, all the candles had been extinguished. The sun began to rise upon the little town, and the demon could not stay in this world much longer. However, in direct violation of the Vermander Pact, no blood had been spilled that night. The most important part of the pact had not been fulfilled, which meant that the agreement was now null and void. After generations of being enslaved to the Vermander family, the demon was finally free, and though it did not have much time left, it knew exactly how it wished to spend its final moments. Bro, revenge. Dude deserves every second of it. Hannah, what in the world are you doing back here this early? Hannah? You're not even going to act surprised? Oh, it's you. Don't you have some work to be doing? What do you want? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't you go forgetting that you work for me, mister. I command you to get out of here. Why won't you listen to me, you stupid? Yes! The angry howls of the demon echoed throughout the town that morning, and then the estate fell deathly quiet. As it turned out, Hannah had left the Vermander estate that previous night. She had been too tired to return home after feeding instructions through the phone all night. Instead, she fell asleep in one of the manor's empty rooms. She was awakened by the awful noise emitting from upstairs. Hannah climbed the stairs and quickly made her way over to the office inside their live Vermander, beaten and moved and absolutely mangled. But against all odds, he was still alive. Hannah had a choice to make. A large part of her wanted to simply leave him there, to give him the same disrespect and disregard that he showed her to others. She turned to leave. But deep down she knew that this wasn't the right thing to do. As bad as he was, she would not stoop to his level. So instead, she called for help. Wow. Ha! He's in there. He's in the hospital. In an ironic turn of events, J.P. Vermander's life was saved at the very same hospital he had tried to rid himself of. Despite their rightful and justified anger at the man, Ida and Morton treated him no different than any other patient, and he was soon on the road to a full recovery. During his stay in the hospital, he was given a room near the front. Day after day, he watched the patients as they came and went. He watched as the hospital's only doctor and sole nurse did their best to help every person that arrived. As he watched, he realized something. Those confusion numbers on that little piece of paper actually meant something. Those numbers represented actual people, people with lives, emotions, people that just wanted to get the help they deserved. It took a near-death experience at the hands of an angry demon and an intensive stay in the hospital. But JP finally felt something that Vermander had felt for a very long time: remorse. And he vowed he would do everything in his power to try and make amends. Well, that actually gave me like goosebumps. I know it's just like that's really lovely. However, due to the pact being broken, most of the wealth and power it granted was soon lost and to crippling debt. With no other option, JP sold off his estate and assets to pay his dues, and the last remaining bit of his fortune was donated to the hospital. As a sign of goodwill, Ida let him stay in one of those vacant rooms until he could get back on his feet. He is currently working as a fast food delivery driver to make ends meet, and he wasn't qualified for anything else. Though he does miss his money and his old lifestyle, in the end he's just thankful to still be alive. Morton settled into his new job as nurse just fine. Despite the rough first night, he grew to love the strange new town and its people. In the end, he knew that the decision to move here was the best one for both him and his daughter. Ida is still the best and only doctor in town. She plans to use the donation money to renovate the hospital so that they can provide the best care possible for years and years ahead. And now that they had an actual budget, she decided to hire an accountant. Hannah happily accepted the position as her old job was no longer available. She's glad to finally have a boss that appreciates her hard work. And though it took a while, she did eventually forgive Vermander for all his misdeeds. The hospital had a bright future ahead of it, and everyone was in good terms. And that's all that mattered. Wow. That was really lovely. That was like a proper ending, like, you know? That was a beautiful ending. Like, he didn't just, like, it... Lovely, I got that, I love that. You know, all them 3 stars. But, like, you didn't just get, like, you know, like, an ending where everyone survived. You got a compassionate ending. You got an ending where, like, Vermander actually, you know, felt remorse, and he gave his last bit of money, like, from the dude, right, yeah, that was so petty over 1%, right, gave the last bit of money he had to the hospital. Like, that's genuinely amazing, like, you know, like, I love this story. That is a lot better than I expected it, and I'm really happy with this. I really like this. So, apart from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell button to be notified when my videos go up next. Also, be sure to hit that like button and give me a comment. Tell me what you thought of the game. I think I really like this one. But, like, literally 5 stars. So, apart from that, thank you and goodbye.